so much. Yes, thanks so much, Bailey. This is such a great conversation because, we're just coming off of a really big shutdown for all of us, I would dare to say. And so it's really a good time to reevaluate all of the systems that we have in our businesses. And lots of times it begins with your pricing. So if this was something that you were struggling with before, I definitely hope that this webinar inspires you to take charge and make the changes necessary in order to get that done. And, just really, I want you to also think about what were the challenges in your business before the shutdown happened. If there were other things going on, if you didn't have a lot of clients coming in or things like that, there may be other things going on in your business too. And I would love to chat with you about those at any time. You may need more than just a price adjustment, but I'm guessing for a lot of you, if you're joining us on here today, you have been needing a price adjustment for some time. So I'm going to tell you exactly how to go about doing that. We're going to talk a lot about the what, why, and how of charging. Lots of times, it just kind of appears and we just don't even know how we get to the prices that we charge. So I really want to give you some good strategies to help you create your menu and have it be a really intentional way of doing it. Let your clients know if you have decided that you are going to have a price adjustment. This is one of my favorite conversations. I've been in this business for 32 years and been a salon owner for many of those. And it's always just a hot topic. I'm from a small town and I felt very suffocated by my environment and by my surroundings, and just I was always frustrated that I wasn't making the kind of money I wanted to make until I learned these strategies that I'm going to teach you today. And it changed everything. And so I'm excited to bring you some information for that. My name is Jennifer Sen. I'm a coaching consultant here at Empowering You, and I love working with solo providers or small salons who want to grow their business and just really expand and get back to that dream that you first had when you first opened your salon, about having the freedom and extra time and, just the culture that you really were always dreaming of as a salon owner. So I love to take my clients. They have increases of 35 to 50% in their business, and we just keep them growing and enjoying the work that they do every day. So I love to do this work, and I am so happy to be here with you today. Here at Empowering You, we all are or have been salon owners. So we've been down in the trenches with you. We know that the things that we teach you are successful because we have done them successfully in our own salons. So that's who we are about, and that's what we love about our company. So put in the chat box, how did you decide what your prices were going to be when you first opened your salon? I would dare to say the number one answer is going to be that you called the salon down the street. Maybe it's something that you brought with you when you came to your new salon. Is it something that you just charged over there, so you're going to charge it here? What exactly is it that made you charge the prices that you charge? Lots of times we also charge at the checkout. We decide how well does the client like their haircut, how well did their color turn out. That is no system of charging prices. So we're gonna go through all that. And if you get nothing else out of this webinar, I really want you to get one thing. Please stop basing your pricing on someone else's dysfunction. You have no clue whether or not the person down the street is profitable. You have no clue if they're paying their rent, if they're paying their employees, if they're making their bills. So why are you charging what they're charging? I mean, it seems crazy when you think about it, but I'm going to give you a whole new way of thinking about how to structure your pricing. So first thing that I need you to know is are you making enough money? Well, you probably were faced with it a few months ago. And if you didn't have any money put away, or if you didn't, have a little bit of a cushion or some money coming in from other ways, it probably wasn't enough. And if you're on here, I'm guessing you probably know that it's not enough too. So this is my way of encouraging you to really take a good look at your numbers. This is going to begin with you getting crystal clear about your finances and knowing exactly how much money is coming in and out. Who's ruling your price list? Is it your heart or is it your brain? We're such a heart-centered people in this industry. We love our clients and we buy into all of their sob stories, and we feel so bad for them that we really want to help them out and give them a discount, and only to find out that 3 months later they're showing up. I would say I'm going on vacation, but we'll just say they're getting a new car right now. So they're showing up getting a new car. Really, you need to be making smart business decisions, not ones that let your emotions get tied into it. Because I'm sure you can all think of a time when you probably should have charged more than you did because you got tied emotionally to them. So here's a reason. If there's no other reason, here it is. Do you know that the cost of every business increases at least 3% each year? And, we know that. We're consumers. We know that everywhere we go, they're raising their prices. And guess what? They're not apologizing for it. They're not making excuses. They're not telling us why. Just in general, it's a business increase. So if for no other reason, go ahead and allow yourself 3% of an increase every single year. You should be doing it. And pricing your services should not be a random number. It should be a strategic formula. I'm going to give you that strategic formula here today, but it should never just be a random number. It needs to be really carefully crafted depending on how much of what your finances are, what your experience is, and another thing too is just as much as the cost of business goes up every year, your supply prices go up every year. And if you know that your color company just had a huge increase in their color that they're charging you, you have to pass that on. It is absolutely necessary that you at least pass that on, to your clients to cover your cost. Otherwise, you're going to find yourself less profitable. So we do this amazing program called Online Bee School, and we walk you through this. This is our version of the profit and loss, specifically towards salons. In all of the things that our money goes out for. So this sheet, we teach you how to use this. It tracks every penny that's coming in, every penny that goes back out, and really gives you a great picture of exactly what is going on in your business. Are you profitable? Is what you're charging making you enough money to keep things going? So really, really important. We also work on this with our consulting programs too. This is a huge game changer for our clients. So what I'm going to give you in the tool, you're going to be sent a copy of this webinar when we're done, and there will be a place to download this tool. It's called a Pricing Your Services tool. I love this because this is a way to completely revamp your whole menu based on actual facts. We're not basing it on anybody else's things anymore. We're going to base it on real facts. So there's all the purple areas on the sheet you're going to fill in. You're going to fill in what kind of service do you want to price. For our company, it's taking them 45 minutes to do it. What does your product cost for the service? This is, again, things that you need to dial down on about your services. How much shampoo are you using in relation to the cost of the whole bottle? really do study those things. Figure out how much it's going to cost. How much commission did your company pay out last month? So put that number in there. Then you're going to go to fixed expenses. These are the things that you cannot do business without. Advertising, payroll, postage, rent, any repairs, marketing, all of those things are things that you need to run your business. So what is the average fixed expenses that you have for your business? Then you're going to decide, well, you can look back actually, how many of those services, so how many haircuts in our example, how many haircuts did they do last month? Well, they did 700. And here's the part that gets really interesting, is building in profit. That's right, I said it. You have to build in the profit. It is not a dirty word. It's not something that you wait and see and hope that you end up with a little bit left over at the end. It's not a guessing game to see if you're going to be profitable. It's something that you actually build in to your pricing structure right from the beginning. You have to plan for it or it's not going to happen. So, and again, profit are the things that allow you to take your team on, a little team building activity or do some remodeling. All of those things, you should really, really get comfortable with the idea of having profit in your business. So once you get those numbers filled out, it's going to automatically calculate some of these things for you, give you cost per service, how much profit are you making per service. And the best part is it's going to end up giving you what you should actually be charging for this service. You can take this and go through every single service on your menu and just kind of see where you're at according to what the actual facts are with the numbers for your business. Again, this is kind of involved. It's a little bit, it's a lot of information. Number one, you have to know these numbers. But if it's something you would like me to help you with, I would be happy to have a call with you and give you some, troubleshooting on how to get this sheet to work so that you can really work through your process of your menu and see where you're at. So now that we know what you should be charging, let's find out what's holding you back from actually charging it. So here's another thing too, it's one thing to know, in that example that they have to charge $85 plus for a haircut. It's another thing to actually get that in motion. And how do you feel about charging those prices? Also, another thing that you need to factor in, and when you get to know your numbers, you'll be able to really dial down on what is your hourly rate. So once you get that, you will know too more of how much you should be charging. So put in the chat box, what do you think is holding you back from charging what you should be charging? Let's see if I can get any of that. Anybody? Competition, okay. What do you think? What would hold you back from charging absolutely everything that you need to charge? Kimberly, awesome. She just raised her rates last Monday. Our guests feeling we are charging too much. Absolutely. Jesse, you can do it. You just do it for each service. And you can adjust the times to kind of make sure that each stylist is charging appropriately. Your client's pocketbook. Yes, I've been there, Meg. Yes, it's so hard. We love our clients so much, but all right. Fear. Thank you, Jesse. That's what I was looking for. Yes, absolutely. So here it is. Fear. Usually this is the answer that my clients that I work with on this really are struggling with fear. Number one is fear of losing their clients. fear of, what are people going to think if I'm the most expensive salon in town? I can tell you from experience that my town is 2,600 people. I am definitely the most expensive person in town, and it's okay. I actually found that it increased my business because sometimes you don't even think about this, but sometimes people are looking for the most expensive salon to go to because they're assuming that's the best one. So what if you're missing out on those clients by not charging what you should? Sometimes people are afraid to be successful. Again, it's the whole what are people going to think of me thing. So I think this is where I'm going to help you. I have a strategy to kind of help you through this and really, deciding what are these fears doing for you? How are they serving you in your business? And what are they holding you back from? So this is my client, Gail. I love her so much. We worked together for 6 months. In that 6 months, she's a solo owner. She's just all by herself. But she had a $4,000 increase over the previous year while she was in our program. The thing about Gail was she desperately knew she needed a price increase. That's the main reason she hired me. She knew she needed to raise her prices and she was deathly afraid. And she would argue with me. She would cancel our calls. She would cry and it was terrible. But we finally did it. I got through to her. We finally did it. But it actually took her getting physically ill before that happened. She got physically ill, was taken out of work and got scared and realized that was it. She had to do it. Well, so we raised her prices. Within a month, she told me that she had her next price increase already planned and typed up on the computer, ready to print out and ready to go. So she just it changed her life so much. And it was a tough one, but she really realized that it was herself getting in the way. And once she got herself out of the way, her clients appreciated it. And even if you lose a couple clients, it's okay. It really is, because you're going to make up financially for it with the price increase. And what that does is opens a few spots up for some clients who do appreciate you and what you can provide for them. So I really want you to make a list. Sit down, write out a list of, okay, maybe the last 5 years. Every class you've taken, how much did it cost you? Every training you've done online, how many hours did you spend doing that? Your time is valuable. Your money is valuable. All of these things come into play when you are creating your pricing. You're bringing value to your clients. And let's just say our clients have a new appreciation of the value that we bring from us not being working for a few months. I mean, we all saw the pictures of the crazy corona hair grow out thing. And now more than ever, it's the time to capture that and stand strong and be the professional business owner that you need to be, and have the pricing so that you can be resilient in case, God forbid, we should get shut down again. I mean, who knows? But make a list. I'm encouraging you to make a list and then keep it somewhere really handy so that you can keep referring to it. Think of that day when you had the best day and every single color turned out great. Your clients were so happy and they were telling you how much they love you. All of those things that happen in a really great day. Think of if that could happen every single day, you could have that feeling. And it's not going to happen every single day, but that's where this list comes into play so that any doubts or fears that you have that start to come up, look at this list and just remember who you are. So these are some factors to consider too when you're creating your pricing, your experience, your goals. We know we are consumers. We know that every single business raises their prices and they don't make explanations. They don't have to explain it to us. And here's the weird thing. Every time I did a price increase in my business, my clients would tell me they were expecting it. I mean, how crazy is that? Why would you? I don't know. And I would always kick myself for not doing it sooner, but they do. They expect it because everyone else around us is raising their prices. So you deserve it. Make it happen. Bailey, do we have any questions coming up?
I don't believe so. We do have a few comments though. Jesse says, we also did an increase after reopening and no one was upset. They want to make sure we survive.
Exactly. Yes, yes. There's businesses closing all around us of all different types, not just salons. I mean, I would dare to say that they would rather pay a few dollars extra to make sure that you stay in business than to have that happen. Yeah, thanks, Jesse. All right, so now we'll move on. So now you've decided that may have a price increase. It's time. And I've given you you've got the structure to go through your finances and figure out exactly how much should each service be raised. And when you do that, if there's a big gap, ease into it slowly, ramp it up, and make a plan to ramp it up to where it needs to be. You may need to look at your expenses and cut your expenses. You may need to, along with a price increase, it might be a combination of both. But just make yourself a plan and set yourself a date of by when you are going to make this happen. So now we get to the how. How are you going to go about raising your prices? Again, the fear. But I just want to put this in here real quick too. Did you know that 86% of our clients say that they would pay up to 25% more for a better customer experience? So my point with this is, if you've decided you do need a price increase, make sure you're worth it. Make sure that your customer service is on point. You are, doing everything that you need to do to make sure that they feel valued, safe, clean, all of those things, especially right now. So definitely make sure that you've gone through your customer service cycle. Another thing we discuss in B School, really honing in on that customer service cycle, making sure every single point is right on. So we already know that they're willing to pay a little bit more anyways for a better customer experience. So here's some ways I work with my clients to, encourage them to just go ahead. It's hard to know. It's different for everybody. Your clientele. What would work best for them? I would dare to say no one really loves a surprise. So if you want to post a sign, send an email or text, again, non-apologetic. Certainly have your menu posted with the new prices. But my favorite way is just let them know next time you come, your visit, your haircut will be blank. Whatever it is, just so that they're prepared, they're not caught off guard. And then that's it. Complete sentence. You don't owe them an explanation, an apology. I'm so sorry. None of that. So really just let them know we've had to have a slight price increase. This is another sign that I have posted before that I like, just as of this date, there will be some things from increased costs of suppliers. So important. I mean, everybody understands that pretty much, whether they're in business or not. They understand that the price of the products go up everywhere. The price of groceries has gone crazy. So, they understand that.
Hey, Jen, we do have one question. Anna says, what about spas? Would customers also expect a price increase during this crisis?
Yes, I would think absolutely. And depending, I think all areas of the beauty industry are expecting it. And they're happy to do it, especially in the spa atmosphere, because, again, it's going to be extra cleaning, extra health, extra safety. So I think they'll be happy to pay for that too. Yeah. So if you've never heard this quote, write this one down. I love this. This one is really good. When your self-worth goes up, your net worth goes up too. So really think about that, again, going back to that day when you feel everything's going great and you're on fire and you feel like you could conquer the world. Those are usually the days when you're not afraid to make recommendations about retail, you're not afraid to make recommendations about upsells. Really think about how that correlates to the days when you just don't feel so great about yourself, and what that does to your bottom line. Oh, one more thing about this. So remember Gail, my client that I told you about, she she had so much self-confidence once she did this price increase, got rid of some of her clients that she'd been kind of, that had been kind of a pain in her side for a long time. And she just recently graduated from life coach training. So talk about a complete turnaround, but I had to tell you that too. So I would love to, talk to you about just how are you going to create your system on how to charge, how to address the things that are holding you back. Make your list, keep that list handy. Set a date of when you are going to start charging those right prices. I'm so excited to hear from you. If you know right now that you're going to have a price increase, put it in the chat box when you're going to do it. Let's see if anybody's willing to take it on. Jesse, how often do you do a price increase? We do ours once a year, at least once a year. Yeah, I think that's something to, especially Megan, November 1st. Yeah, so I think that's something too, when you're looking at your numbers, it's, I encourage you to always be weekly in your numbers or daily and weekly in your numbers, but maybe that's something you also evaluate quarterly. And go ahead and add on, maybe reevaluate your goals for this year. I think possibly with a slight price increase, you could still reach your goals for this year. It's not too late. We still have plenty of good months left. And so I'm excited to, really see if people can get back on track and reach those end of your goals. Calculate what your costs are. They might need to be readjusted a little bit more. And like I said, just have a plan for ramping it up. And by this date, we are going to be charging the correct prices. Yeah, when the cost of any back bar supplies, like Meg said, any back bar supplies of color, wax, I mean, they're nail polish, like there's a lot of things that factor in, but all of that should be in your expenses too. So again, my name is Jen Sen. I would love to have a chat with you. If there's anything in your business that's keeping you up at night, that you need to do some work on, just message me, text me, email, whatever it is, and we'll set up a time. Thank you, Bailey. Put my contact info. You can schedule yourself right on my calendar, and we can have a little discussion about what might be next for you and your business. So what kind of value are you guys walking away with today? Anybody want to put in the chat what value they got? Anybody going to take anything on? Good reminder to know your numbers, that's for sure. Numbers are the key. Breaking down product costs, that's good. Thanks, Megan. Yeah, it's definitely time. It's a great time to do it. Now that we have got the reopening out of the way, we're kind of getting back into our groove. Now we need to really decide, what it is that we need to do to be those professionals that we are. Yes, Meg, charge your worth for sure.
Jesse says, how do you adjust for level of stylist? Do you start at the top and work backwards?
Jesse, why don't you grab a spot on my calendar and we can talk about that, because that might be a little bit more involved. And I want to make sure that I know exactly what you mean. So I'd love to definitely answer that question. Thank you. All right, so we're going to talk to you a little bit about our B School for Industry. We just took it online. It's so fabulous. We adjusted our 3-day in-person class to an online form, and we love how it came out. We're so excited to do it again. We're going to do it again beginning of October. I think I actually have the dates here for you, so we'll get you the dates. But what you're going to learn is, we're going to go all the way back to what your vision is for your salon. Maybe you need to recreate your vision at this point. Who knows? We talk about financial freedom, taking care of yourself, your leadership skills, culture, everything. We talk about all kinds of anything you need to be a successful salon business is discussed in this class. I don't know I think there's a few people on here who have been, and if you have, just say what you got from it for sure. But thank you, Kim, October 9th, 12th, and 19th. So there's 2 types of ticket for this event. There's a general and a VIP. The general is going to, have everything that the VIP has. The VIP is going to give you a little bit extra. And you also, if nothing else, you get half off to Future Power Up Your Leadership, which is incredible because that's a little bit like our follow-up class where we teach you how to be amazing leaders to your team. Usually it's $19.97. We're offering it for $8.99. So basically half price for the online option, no travel. So that makes it really, really affordable. And we can do payments for you if you need that. And another option is to, for general admission, pay in full is $6.97 or 3 payments of $249. Who in here knows that this is something they need right now? Yeah, Jesse, opens your eyes to so many things. Oh, David said it changed my life. Love this class. All right, Stacy, good. You can go ahead and we'll send you a link to that, or maybe Bailey, can you paste the link in the chat for her to just go right there and get yourself a seat. We're selling out fast. The seats are limited. We want to make sure we have a great class. So definitely, if you are thinking about this at all, now is the time. It's so affordable. The content is just out of this world amazing for for the times, and we're very current with what's going on right now and the content that we are going to give you. So I would love for you to follow us on social media. Here's my information, Empowering You's and Amy's. We're always up to something here at Empowering You, so we would love to have you follow us there. Actually, sorry, I got these a little bit out of order, but the virtual content for the workshop is all online now. We do extra ambassador calls in between. You get a printed workbook. You get session with a coach. You get one-on-one session with a coach, and the VIP will send you a fun swag box, plus the Future Power Up Your Leadership and a pregame strategy call. So yes, here are the dates for the B School. So if this is something that you need, please let us know. It would be so amazing to have you joining us. And, we certainly have a lot of people here that have had a life-changing experience. So let us know if this is something that you need to talk more about. I would be happy to have a call with you and discuss more about, how this would fit in for you and what benefits it would have. So I think that is all for today. Do we have any other questions, Bailey? Anything?
I don't believe so.
Yeah.
If anybody has questions, put them in the chat.
Yeah. All right. Well, thank you guys so much for joining me. I love this topic. I love being here. And yes, Megan, you will have a link to download that for sure. So please let me know if you have any further questions, and I will catch you on the next one. Thanks so much, everybody. Bye.